Your belief, ideas, mindset are key factors that can impact positive or negative your USMLE journey or preparation. I want to talk about some limited belief about this journey and how to overcome them. So let's jump to the video and welcome to my channel. Belief number one, Cubans are equal to final score. If you do great in your Cuban sections, you're gonna make it. If you don't, you will make it. This is an awful belief. Cubans are learning tools. Doesn't matter your percentage. It's matter what gets a stick in your head. What are you learning from them? I know it's awesome when you get a good score in the block that you just finished. And also I know it's feel awful when you get a bad score or you get it in a score that you don't expect. However, question banks are learning tool. You have to get rid of that mindset like a Q bank is a measure of success for your final score or so on. How can you overcome this? Me personally, number one, stay humble. Put your ego aside. Every time that I start a blog, I'm like, this is a new opportunity for learning something. The person that is gonna click and start this blog is gonna be entire different to the person that is gonna end and review this blog, because I'm gonna learn something that is gonna impact in a positive way to my final score or my final results. I try to have that mindset. Sometimes also I use humor. I make fun of me. Like sometimes I pick up answers that just 2% 3% pick up the answer that I pick and everybody pick up the right one and I like and I make funny. I make fun of that because also you have to look the bright side. And sometimes I pick up answers that nobody pick up, and somehow I got it right. I got it right, and I know why it's right. Belief number two: timeline is equal to a measure of success. There are a bunch of videos over there about people that said they just study for 2 months and they pass the USMLE or and get a really got higher score. And the reality is, this is a marathon. Everybody has its own timeline, and it's gonna depend on your basis. It's not the same if you are someone that during medical school you were integrated your medical curriculum with the USMLE curriculum and study during your preparation for medical school and also at the same time with the USMLE. For sure, you might take a really maybe a couple of months for pass the test because you already know all the information because you integrate everything. However, also there are a bunch of people to especially IMGs that we don't integrate USMLE in our curriculum, and you start study after you have taken all your classes, and what are you gonna do? You're not gonna take the same amount of time. Maybe it's gonna take years until everything is stuck in your head. There are many reasons. Maybe you are working. Maybe you have a family that you have to take care of. So just to have a timeline and said, oh, I study for 3 months and I pass the USMLE and I get the type of score. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if X or Y just take a couple of months and you're taking years. The most important is passing, and move on. So the timeline doesn't matter in the end of the day. Everybody has its own circumstance, its own timeline. And in that case, how you can overcome about timelines, I will say focus on yourself. There is a lot of back noises, and sometimes you just have to focus on yourself and don't listen to back noises, and understand everybody has its own path, and you have to deal with your own situation, and we're gonna have our own path, and this is a marathon. And it's something that is really cliche, but it's the reality. My time is gonna be different to your time, and we have to be okay with that. Belief number three: don't tell anyone. If you fail, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. That remind me a TikTok video about, there is a trend on TikTok about nobody's gonna know, nobody's gonna know. And and yes, also this is a common belief. Oh, I'm not gonna tell my family. I'm not gonna tell my classmate. I'm gonna study for the USMLE in secret. Even I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna tell anybody. And if something went wrong, nobody's gonna know. And that is really a bad approach. So the amount of support that you need during this journey, it's huge. Just don't tell anybody and take everything and by yourself, and don't have no one to communicate how you feel, your struggles and so on, because if you tell someone, they're gonna know, and if you don't make it, that doesn't matter. So a support system is key in this journey. So just hiding this information to the people that care about you, it doesn't make any sense. Belief number four: have to use every resources. The amount of resources for USMLE, especially USMLE Step 1, it's overwhelmed me. Oh my God, it's crazy the amount of resources. And all of them are good, to be honest. And I know it's kind of hard to pick up which one fit for you, but to be honest, it's so expensive. The market is really expensive. And you have to be smart about which resource you pay for. And you don't have to use all of them in order to pass your USMLE. Just try to pick something based on your learning method, and always use a question bank. Belief number five: study long hours is equal to learning. This is a trend, I feel like. So there's a bunch of people like, I study for 14 hours, I study for 10 hours, I study for 11 hours. And to be honest, it depends. I have a friend that she only can study for 6 hours. She did everything for her USMLE step 1 and 2 in 6 hours every day, Monday to Saturday. And there's a lot of comments. No, you have to study hours and hours and hours, and it depends on who you are as a human being, to be honest. There are people that can stay really for a long time in front of a computer, in front of a book, and there are some persons that only can stay for a couple of hours. And it's not the amount of time that you spend, it's about the quality, what you do in the amount of your study. So if you can do everything, or you can get the most in 4 hours, study 4 hours. If you feel capable of a study for a long period of time, go ahead. But to be honest, don't feel pressure about, I have to study 10 hours per day, 14 hours per day. Belief number six: time off is equal to useless. I don't know why people think break time, day off are useless. Like, I don't care about it. I'm a robot and I'm gonna study 24 hours every day. You are a human being. You need time off. You need
a day off. You need to rest. You need to relax. You need a breathe. So come on, your day off are your day off, and you have to take one. So I don't say, oh, don't study and live your life, but at least one day per week, you need a day off. For example, my day off are on Sunday. I take Sunday off. And as a human being, it's something that I really appreciate. So don't be crazy and take your day off. And that's it for this video. So you can follow me on Instagram. Also follow me here on YouTube if you like this type of content. And see you next video. Bye.